You know, I took a real hot picture last year. And guess who was in it? Nah, it's not me.
And you get caught, don't continue lying. Just say the truth.
Now, I don't know about that because it's kind of hard when you get caught and you have to just keep going on. I think if you're caught, you're going to have to, he's going to deny it anyway. But when you say caught, to what degree would you say caught?
Not caught, but if I call you out on something that I legit saw, like, just admit to it.
Now, see, unfortunately, you don't know the rule of what the man would say. See, a man is supposed to deny that until the very end. Yeah, he's supposed to deny his wrong to the very, very end. Because if he admits to that, we feel that you will never, ever, ever let us live that down.
Listen, I'm very open, and I'm very, like, I'm a very, like, moving on kind of person. So I'm very forgiving if I see that you mean it. So it's not even that big of a deal. Everyone lies a little bit. Just be honest about it.
We hear that too often, but what happens if a man is married and he tells you, does he have less chance of getting to know you rather than if he had told you he was single?
But why would you be talking to me if you're married?
That's exactly why we don't say anything. See, now we may say, well, if I see another guy that's married and he's talking to another girl, I'm not gonna be like, yo, you're married, man. That's wrong, dude. We don't talk like that, right? But a woman's gonna look like, oh my God, you don't even have to know her to know that. Like, oh my gosh, he just went in there with his wife and now he's making a phone call. We could be here in this park right now. You could see a guy making a phone call. And he's like, yeah, honey, I've been on the way. And then she comes and he's like, oh, yeah, how you doing, baby? You're like, wow, that's so foul. You would actually probably be pissed off about that. We are different. Men are dogs. And as a dog, there's certain qualities that we have that are not qualities to you guys. It's actually, it's disgusting. So what I may see as being normal to you may be despicable.
It's a hard question. It all comes down to what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to look over, you know. But honesty is very important in every relationship. And if you're not willing to be honest, like, don't get into a relationship because now feelings are involved, emotions are involved, and that's, you know, that's pretty hard to deal with.
Well, how about this? Let's just say, hypothetically.
Okay.
Hypothetically, you had an STD. Hypothetically, you had an STD that is contagious. If it's out, you know, herpes, something like that. What would you do? Now, if you had this to the point where you were diagnosed, would you tell every man that you were dating that?
I don't know about if I would tell them, but I definitely would refrain from any sexual activity.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Because I've been hearing a few of them been saying politically, yeah, well, you know, I would tell them. And I'm like, I don't think you want to do that because, you know what, it is a turnoff. Because a female friend of mine that I actually told me the story about, she was dating this guy and they were getting, you know, kissing and carrying on and getting to the hotel and they were in a jacuzzi. And one thing led on to another and she didn't go all the way because she knew that she had a situation. And she asked me, you know, should I tell him? I'm like, nah, don't tell him that. Just, if you feel that way, just don't do it. Exactly. You know, just don't do it. I don't think you should tell him because I don't think there's too many people that are going to be open to that. Now, it's one thing if you were married.
It's a personal thing, too. Like, you know, a lot of people can't accept it. It's a personal thing. Like, why does everyone have to know what you have? Just refrain from it. Like, have self-control. Like, you know, if you have it and it's contagious, like, have some self-control. How hard is it? Do you really want to give it to another person? You know what I mean? Just be quiet about it and refrain from physical activities. Like, it's not that hard.
That's why it's so much. If you could stimulate a person's mind, the body parts can wait. It really can't. Like, yo, let's just stimulate me. Let's just kick it. Let's just have a good time being around each other. Then maybe if I know you enough and you tell me something that's real heavy and deep, I may be so into you mentally, I'm gonna ride with you. You understand? Like, get me to that point where I'm actually there. Like, I'm digging you. I love you. You in my heart. Like, I've been through personal things that you got me through. I will walk the climb as farther, the highest mountain, swim the deepest sea. What happened to that? You can't think I'm going to swim the deepest sea and you didn't gave it up the first week. I'm not going to swim no sea for you. I'm not going to even take you out after that, because in most cases, it's probably not going to even be that good, because if it was that good, I may stick around for the wrong reasons. Now I'm just around you because the sex is good.
Right.
But if you stimulate me mentally, keep me around, women have to understand, stimulate us. We need that. Don't make us wait. That's not the name of the game. I'm going to let him wait. No, you can't make me wait on some shit that you don't even got me interested in the conversation with you. Tell me, I'm not even used to telling you about my day, my life, all my business. Once I get used to that, then there's a trust factor. If I get jammed up, I may call you and say, yo, I need you to hold something down for me, because you're the only one I trust.
Right.
You know, I mean, I know if I dated a woman, it told me she had a STD, you know, you best to believe it has to be at a mode where we got to be extremely deep for me to even consider it, rather than even totally you're
worth it. I mean, that's a health issue now. I really don't think it's worth it at all.
Just say.
No, I mean, if you, it's not worth it at all to get physical, no matter what. You know, it's a health issue now, and let's be real.
I think man and woman have to both realize that we could all say a little, girls got their boy toy or dude got his little side piece, but at the end of the day, I think people are going through so much of things now. We have so much that is saturating our minds, whether it's these dating sites, Tinder.
I hate Tinder. Well, I don't hate it, but yeah, I dislike it.
A female put me up on Tinder. A female, one of my customers literally was like, listen.
It's a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss.
And you know, I personally didn't do Tinder myself, but you know, I heard a lot about it, and I just feel like it's not my thing. And I'm old school. If I can't meet you face to face, it ain't even no point.
I mean, it's a hit or miss. Like, if you happen to meet someone on Tinder and you guys really kick it and actually become something real, like, stop using Tinder after that. You know, like, why are you still on it, kind of thing. I think if you found someone from Tinder, stop using it after that. If you're still on it, that means you want something more.
That's correct.
Let me know.
If we are on there after we met you, you're just not supposed to know about it. That's the only thing that's supposed to change. You knew about it when I met you, but you're not supposed to know about it tomorrow, because I want more. At least that's the mentality. Not saying me per se, but that's the mentality. And you know, if any guys feel that I threw them under the bus on that one, then hit me in my email, NathanielAdvice@gmail. But I want to go into another subject too, and I want to find out exactly. Personality is important these days, okay. And you know, do you find yourself bored? You understand what I'm saying? Like, basically, like, knowing what's presented to you. That's like you walking down the street, see a group of dudes, just bored with the same old. You've been here in America for 2 years.
Or life?
Guys.
Okay. Okay.
You bored? Or you haven't reached there yet?
I'm uninterested. Yeah. I'm uninterested until someone can, you know, come into my life and be like, boom, I'm different. Until then, I'm very uninterested, because time is the most valuable thing, and you can never buy it back. You can never buy more of it. You can never reverse it. So who I choose to spend my time with guy-wise is very important to me. And if you're generic, I really don't see why I need to pay attention to you.
Damn. I like the way she just... If you're generic, there's no reason for me to pay attention to you.
But not, it's not even about that. Like, you might be generic to me, but to another person, you might be very special.
Right,
you know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't mean to say it like that, but that was my point.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing when people say perfect. I believe in perfect. You could be perfect for me. You may not be perfect for
Exactly.
whoever, but you could be perfect for me.
Exactly.
Do you believe that?
I do believe that because we all have flaws, and you know, if I'm a little crazy and you're a little crazy in the same way, like, we're perfect for each other, but you might be a little too crazy for the next person. Like, stuff like that.
Well, let's just say, I mean, myth or true, Scorpios.
Yeah.
Scorpio women are known to be the highest sexual woman in the damn zodiac signs. Is this true or false? I mean, something that simple. People want to know.
Put me on the spot right here.
With every question I ask you tonight, that's about it.
Is it true or false? Yeah.
Because my first love was a Scorpio.
Let's just say read up on it. Read up on it. I don't need to tell you. Just read up on it. And what you read is probably what's true.
Took a real hot picture last year. And guess who was in it? Nah, it's not me. I took a real hot picture last year. And guess who was in it? Nah, it's not me. I know what you're saying.